Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today we shall be discussing from, as we talk about season 3, episode 8, which I have to say I felt was season finale worthy. I will say that, and I meant it. A lot of great things happening. Jamani is very excited, so we're gonna let him lead this thing off. But anyway, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to this channel. You can like on the video, comment on the video, share the video, watch the video till the end. If you have any kind of wild conspiracy theories, put them in the chat. We'll look at them. We might say, what? But anyway, we're going to go through all that kind of stuff. Again, we still got 2 more episodes, so let's see where they go from here. Anyway, join the intro, start the show. Let's do that. Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is going to be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Yes, this was an episode worth watching in many ways. I will admit that. There's some good things happening. So I got an answer. I got an answer to a question. I got an answer. I was like about that. But Jamani, please, you gave this show high marks. Please explain yourself.
Yes. It's not about what happened. It's about what didn't happen. I've been saying for weeks, I don't want that damn dummy to be talking, and they didn't do it. And I was so happy.
You better do better than that. But
well, we get into the old time travel aspect, that as it were, that I kind of thought it was last season, and they've actually confirmed it. And I was like, yeah, this is starting to make a lot more sense. Like they're like, I still have no idea what the hell is going on with Elgin and him becoming like a kidnapper in a split second. Like I don't know what the hell's going on with that, but yeah, I'm very intrigued to see what's going on with that. And there's like magic Polaroid camera that can like give pictures of the future. That sounds like something that I saw on like Goosebumps or something, like back in the 90s or something. But yeah, I think that like the whole thing with Elgin and Randall, like I think Elgin wasn't necessarily gonna go through with it, and then Randall apologized. He was like, "Yeah, you were right," and then he started doing like at home, like in the bathroom, blood transfusions or whatever. I'm like, there's a lot of stuff that leads me to think that, there's more to come. And I guess the boy in white is not good after all. So,
well, you don't know what was said. So that's not true. It was the reaction. He just said how to get out of there. And then again, as Victor said, I went to go tell my mama, and my mama decided to do her own action. So they ain't got nothing to do with the boy in white. So he was just sharing information.
But so I'm like, we still don't know who killed the whole town.
We still don't know, and we never will, because this is from Jamani. You say this bar too high. But anyway, come on, let's get to Kim. Kim, what are your thoughts on this episode, please? You're muted. I'm sorry, what?
So sorry. Okay, so M&Ms. Anyway, so I mean, this episode was it was interesting. I would say that I was glad that we kind of moved along a little bit, and I think 1 or 2 answers to some questions were answered, which is good. But I feel like we need more. I really, really hope next episode they give us more, at least something for us to hold until the next season, right? Like, I would say that this right now they could just end this right now, because I love that Elgin pulled Fatima right into that, into that room, and it's like, oh my God, what's happening, right? So I thought that was intriguing. That was really intriguing. They could drop it right now, and I'd be like, okay, right? Still have a lot of questions, but still, I'd be okay. So I'm hoping that next episode is not a fluff episode, that we actually start to really get more questions answered. So I'm hoping. I'm not giving up on the show yet. This actually was like the show I needed to keep me motivated. So I'm good. Yeah.
All right. I agree with you. As an intro, they left a lot of great cliffhangers. They teased up a lot of things. Elgin being the most. I'm like, oh my god, like I said, like that's how you end an episode. That's how you end the season. And I was like, wait a minute, is this it? Because like if it would have been, I would have been like, I got it, I get it. So again, it's a high bar. It's a high bar. Answers, damn it, answers. We said on this channel, tell us something that makes some type of sense. Just give us something. And it was Julie. Julie was the one that sent the rope down the Boyd. What? Okay. And I'm like, oh, this is some kind of looper shit. Like, she was always there. I was like, oh my God. So I like that. I was like, okay. Again, I forgot I even asked myself that question, but they still answered the question. So I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna give us something else. I like the fact that Jim finally tells Tabitha, oh yeah. Oh, our dead son called.
Yes.
Well, he
Yes.
doesn't say what he said. He just said,
And no one gives a fuck. Like, she's like, I gotta go talk to Victor and be his mama. Nope.
Yes.
Let's sit down and let's talk about your dead son called and said, Mama's coming home. How did he know that? Like, this is a conversation. This is what we need to have. And none of this happened. But at least they acknowledged it. We said in previous videos, let's acknowledge that this happened. Like, why is the phone off the wall? Somehow she never bothered to ask that question. Like, where are your children? Like, just basic things that parents should be discussing. The couple should be like, But anyway,
I just find it funny that in this episode, Julie became the parent once again.
But also, okay, with that said, Jamani, I think that she made a poor choice in bringing, well, how old is Ethan? Like, what, 8? I don't even know.
Yeah, less than 13. Less than 13. He's supposed to be the innocent age. So
yes, the innocent child, Ethan. He's your literally little brother, because there's a big gap in their ages, right? You ask him for advice on what you should do. That's the one mistake. Then you say to him, okay, he's like, okay, we can go together, and you listen to him, and then you go in there. And of course, I knew he wasn't going to be able to enter because he's not part of what she went through, right? So he was not going to be. So he's standing there literally watching his sister convulse. How is this good for this child? It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you think that Julie made a huge mistake with that one? I was like, oh my God. Like, yeah.
That's okay. Let's get to the comments real quick. Thank DeMarcus for hanging out with us. We like wild theories. Victor is the kimono woman. They look like the same person. Let's go down this road.
Okay.
So when Julie time travels, right? I'm like, anything's possible. So I thought that Martin was in fact Jim, like years from now. I thought, because he was like talking to her like they knew each other. He's like, Julie. So I thought, oh my God, we're gonna find out this is Jim in the future somehow. And like, and that's why he's like, get out of here. Like, I got this or something. That's what I thought. And then that didn't happen. That was very irresponsible taking him out there. You know why she was able to do that? Because their parents are pieces of shit. That's why. Because Jim says, I'm not going to hang out with my children who are right here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go talk to Jade and give him a piece of my mind about how he's endangering my family. But are you with your family? Because they're right there. You left them actually. And was like, I gotta go. I'm gonna step to Jade. I'm like, what is happening in any of this? Like, this is unnecessary. This is why
he leaves, and then he goes and gets drunk while his sister or his daughter is convulsing in the woods somewhere.
Well, for the
Jim didn't drink.
He didn't.
Jim did not drink.
That was bad father Henry. Yes. So again, what happens when a bad father gives advice to a worse father? Like, this conversation was just ironic. Like,
yes.
Hey,
because I believe, and this is just me, that Henry and Jim are connected. Because when they both said that their fathers were alcoholics, I was like, okay, right? Because we keep getting these instances where Tabitha is like Miranda, and now Jim is like Henry. So I'm like, there's a connection here somewhere. And when Henry is just getting smashed, I mean, he is just like, okay, so your son is right here, right? Instead of you getting to know your son, who to me, it seems like he has more autism or on the spectrum than usual because of how he grew up, right? Not based on how he was born, right? So it's a little different. You're not even getting to know him. You're just like, my son is crazy. I'm going to go in here and just drink myself to death. It's like, what? And I kind of believe that maybe Henry's father was not a good father. Maybe he was a drunk that Miranda was running away from, maybe. And because she was having all these visions and things like that, maybe she was like, you know what? I could go here and me and my kids would be safe if I save the children. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that was her thinking. I just really feel like there's something wrong with Henry. I don't think he was a good dad.
Of course he wasn't, because as he's telling Jim, suggesting to Jim, giving him his wisdom of, I should have listened to my wife. I should have been there for my family. Hey, bro, you haven't even asked where your wife is at.
Right.
Like, did she die? Where is she? Where about your daughter? Like, you made no effort to ask about any of these two people. And as we discussed last week, you hope your autism son was dead, actually, after meeting him after all these years. Actually, be real, when he came out that back room and he was like, oh my God, one, how did he get in there? Because nobody locks doors around there. I thought he was fucking Donna. I really did.
I thought that for a second, and then I thought about it. I said, no, he passed out. He passed out because he's
but you were there, right? You were there when he was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I did.
Hello.
As quiet as his caps, I thought that she had a relationship with Dale. I thought she had a relationship with Dale. I was like, just a little bit. Like, he was like, can I get that dick? That's what I thought. She was gonna be like, hello. I just wanted to show him where it was, and then we got wrapped up in the drinking, and it's been a while, so I was like, it's okay. I'm like Victor's mom, so this is actually okay. I've been taking care of him, giving him peaches. So I was like, none of that happened. I was a bit disappointed. Did anyone notice that Henry's drink went from clear to brown liquor? Yeah, I noticed that. Like the drink that he had. That when he gave Jim his little drink, and then the drink that Henry had turned like a different color, like in mid drinking.
I think that was just bad attention to detail on their part. I don't think it has any kind of meaning. I think we're looking so much into this show that we're like, it's got to be something. I don't think so. I don't want to be a parent, but I want to parent my wife. I don't even. He's like.
Yeah. No, I think so. Anna Babe. Okay, sorry, I didn't want to get your name wrong, Anna Babe. I think that he wants to control his wife. I think he wants to control. I think he's always been a controlling husband, right? Which is like that. If he was an alcoholic, it'd be horrible. It'd be worse, right? Because he'd probably be putting hands on her, right? So I think that all he can do, because he doesn't want to be an alcoholic dad like his dad. He's controlling like his dad, though, right? Yeah. Because he's always trying to tell her what she needs to be doing. And it's like, no, Jim, let's talk about what you need to be doing, right? So,
well, both of y'all need to be better parenting these children, so Julie doesn't have to do it and make bad decisions. So, I do like the idea that Jim gave the story. My dad was an alcoholic. I wanted to be better. I saw the alcohol. I didn't drink it. And I like the idea, if Henry was a better father figure, that he was like, let's renew your vow, right? Like, let's show that you still care about your family, right? But then you go and look for your children and parent them. So daughter doesn't take brother down a whole dangerous path. And I'm like, let's not get back to this quest shit. Like, that was season 1, and we need to leave it there. Like, I don't need Ethan running around talking about, we're on a quest. I was like, shut up with all that shit. Because I was like, he's gonna pull out that stick again and be like, we're on a quest. I was like, look here, Yoda, put that stick down. We don't need no sticks. Anyway, I was happy none of that happened.
That stick is what branded him as Tiny Tim. So just.
Oh, that's real. That's the voice. Tiny Tim was definitely the spirit. The glass was printed. Explain, please.
Oh, is that what you're saying? So do you? Well, maybe it could be that it was a different color glass. Maybe and we thought it was different color liquid.
what is it? On the I got it.
I got you. Okay, Adoran, I got you. Maybe that's what it was. Okay.
They were, because again, I don't know. I think they would have made some kind of eerie sound if the alcohol changed, and that would have been a thing. Hey, fuck all that.
Well, I
thought Donna was gonna get it. I thought Donna was gonna get it.
Who is making the alcohol? Like, it seems to me like there's an endless supply of alcohol since the actual bartender died. Like,
I believe again, we don't ask questions like where does the sewage go and why, like none of these questions. We just let it happen. We got bigger fish to fry. But when this is a classic scene. We've all seen this. Power every show. The character walks in. I just found out a secret. I have to go tell. And the people go, no, bitch, you ain't. So like when Donna was like, I was gonna tell Fatima, I'm like, that bitch dead right now. I was like,
let me tell you, I thought the same thing. I was like, Donna is a goner.
Right.
Like, Boyd and Ellis is gonna team up, jump her. That's it.
Out. Like, I mean, I thought Fatima, we found you somebody else to drink off of. Because she's like, rah, rah. Also, Nikki has still not been accounted for. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. All right. Still has not been accounted for.
David, sweet, please move on.
No, Tilly got accounted for. Tilly was found, and they're like, "Oh my god! Oh, we gotta do bet she gets a."
They didn't bury her. We didn't see them bury her.
I say it again. Watch next 2 episodes. She will get some type of final. Oh my god! Tilly was here 3 minutes, and she's so important. I'm like, watch. Who was that random ass couple that they talked to that they mentioned Sarah?
Oh, I have no idea.
Who are these random people? Like, I don't
no idea who they were. Never even seen them in the background. Never even seen them in the background.
Who are you? I'm like, you got a house and everything. Who are you?
Yep.
I was like, I don't understand. Stop it, Stacy. You stop it. You participate or you shit. Stop it. Anyway, I appreciate you being here. Love you. I was like, I appreciate this peanut gallery shit. Okay, but anyway, no, for real. Okay, it wasn't just me, right, Kim? You thought, oh, Don ain't gonna make it.
I really did. I was like, that's it, because as father and son,
right.
They can't have Fatima like that. Yeah.
When Boyd said, "I'll be back," I was like, "Oh shit, he's about to do it himself." He's like, "Ellis can't handle this shit. Daddy got this. Got this. Hey, Donna, come here one more time. I told you to keep your mouth shut, right? Oh no, I got it. I'm sorry. Shh. I'm sorry. It's okay.
You know, we wouldn't do this if we didn't have to, right, Donna?
Right. Oh, wait a minute. What? Right. I tried to tell you the truth though, but you kept on running your mouth. I didn't want to do it. Also, another thing. Tilly needs to be found. This is what you do. You take it to the next level. You rip her chest open. You stick her somewhere like, oh my God, the monsters got to her. You don't let her stay stabbed because obviously one of the humans did it. Like, you put her.
That's what I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why isn't anybody setting up the murder scene?
That's
like Ellis and Boyd should have been like.
And Boyd is just standing there staring at it like he's like, this is the first time he saw it. Like, how much staring are you gonna do?
Yeah, they're like, bitch, you've seen a dead body before. We're on a clock. We're in the middle of the day. Someone's gonna come, and Tilly just showed up. Nobody's really gonna give him the fuck where Tilly was. It wasn't like, oh my God, have you seen Tilly today? Hey, has he done terror? No one gives a fuck about Tilly. But I'm like, you don't leave her with a stab wound, cop or fake cop, and not realize someone's gonna be like, it was a human. Who's the last person to actually kill somebody? So that's Sarah. Okay, or Randall, because Randall is crazy as fuck. So he can be a suspect. Then I thought, let's find someone that no one gives a fuck. Oh, hey, cop, come here. Remember how you wanted your gun back? Yeah. Poop. Oh, well, she killed Tilly. It was crazy. Like, she shot Nikki, who's still decomposing in the house, and she killed Tilly. So we had to kill her, right, Ellis? We had to. Self-defense. I mean. Anyway, she's buried in the back. It's okay, right next to Nikki.
I'm like, how did Boyd not think that people were gonna think it was Sarah when this little shed is where he takes all his crazy women? Like he's taking Sarah, Fatima. This is just his go-to shed for the crazy women.
Yep.
Also, I love how Ellis wants to put on the big boy pants. Where he's like, I'm a father. I'm a grown man, Dad. Are you a grown man? Well, take care of your white bullshit. Take care of this. No, Daddy had to do it. Sit your ass down and let me take care of your crazy ass wife. Oh, wife didn't come back. Fatima crazy, baby. We had to put her down like we put mama down. I'm sorry. Old Yeller ain't coming back from this movie. Like, this is not, I'm sorry. I didn't want to do it, but somebody had to do it. And Donna was, I thought Donna was going to be like, we have to kill her. You know that, right? Like, I don't want to do it. You don't want to do it, but somebody's going to have to do it.
Right.
Because she said last week, if she go crazy, we putting her down, right? Right? And they're like, nah, not yet. Not yet. I was like, nah, we doing it now. So I thought Donna or Fatima was going to die this episode. That's what I thought. Easy. So when Jumanji was like, this is fire, I was like, oh, bye, Donna. I was like, oh, damn, she's still alive. I was like, damn you, Jumanji. Damn you. No, I'm kidding. My expectations were high. So let's talk about the blood. I was like,
Elgin.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm understanding from what I'm thinking, and maybe the chat can chime in, and you guys. So Elgin drained some blood from himself because he's gonna give that blood to Fatima because the monster baby inside of her needs that blood to continue to grow. And the baby is kind of like Rosemary's baby. It's not her actual baby, but it's an entity that was put inside of her. So, okay, so this is my theory, and it may not be right. You guys can tell me. So I remember, wasn't it a couple of episodes ago where Boyd had the worms, right? But didn't he have to give blood to Ellis? When Ellis got stabbed, didn't he have to give him a blood? Okay. So what I'm thinking is that within that blood transfusion, I believe those worms were still in there, right?
No. She was already pregnant.
That don't mean shit. No. He's right. He's probably right.
Okay, all right. So he's got the draws. Then that theory goes out.
That don't mean Kim can still be right. Maybe they had sex after that, so the semen got infected. So they gotta do something, bro. They gotta figure out how the baby.
It's gotta have something, because how did she all of a sudden? And how did she get pregnant with a monster? Ellis is not a monster, right? So was she raped while she was in a dream? Was she was sleeping? Something impregnated her that is from the town or whatever, right? And so the baby needs that blood to feed on. And when Ellis said last episode, is this where it happens? I'm thinking, is this where monsters are made, right? Is this, do you take them in this room, they transform into whatever it is, and then you let them out, right?
I think it's the birth, though. I don't think it's monsters. I think it's the birth. Like this is where the birth, and I think he thinks if the baby is born, we've made this agreement, and then I'm gonna let you go. Kind of like Sarah.
And that's not true. It's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. But I think that's what he's confused and thinking right now.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's a matter of like what people have been saying about like the hope or whatever. Because when the bus came and they were in that thing that night, and she was at the window and she was yelling at them or whatever. She didn't like really have any fear. So it was like, all right, well, we're gonna give you hope so that we give you fear. Just like how Boyd, he was talking crap to them, and then it was like, let's see what will break you, Boyd. So I think it's a matter of them fucking with those two because they think that they're unbreakable, so to say.
It would be so. It's interesting that we have not got back to the monsters to check in. Their master plan is working into breaking Boyd. I think they left Tilly there overnight because Randall and Julie has already come back to the town, and it was the next day. So I'm saying this is where they could have been like again. And it would have been grotesque if they would have been like, "Give me the hatchet." And cracked her chest open and been like, oh, and then, hey, look, right? It's like, and then that would have made sense. The town's reaction made sense. We look for Sarah. And as Donna said, if we don't find us, they want to blame somebody. If it ain't going to be Sarah, it's going to be Sarah. So we need to give her an alibi or say something. So all of that.
She has an alibi, right? She was with Victor.
Yeah, but then they'd be like, Victor crazy. So he ain't read the best witness. So clearly today he was like, he right. He the actor was giving me Rain Man vibes. Like I felt like he was channeling like Dustin Hoffman right there, and I was like,
but that's why I say autism, because he to me he's on a spectrum. To me, I think it's just spectrum. I don't think he's actually autistic. I think that he's on the spectrum, and spectrum, you can have autism and spectrum together, but and so the way he was acting was very much in that realm. So when he was yelling at Sarah, I'm sorry, I was laughing because the way he was talking, I was like, oh my god, like
how many times have he said that to a woman? But I loved how Sarah and Tabitha worked together to get him where he needed to be. Like that was awesome for to be like, and again, if Tabitha put that much effort inside her own kids, then we wouldn't be running around doing silly shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I have to leave you. I'm like, what? Like you got other kids that got real trauma. Also, back to the pregnancy thing. It should be Julie and Christy, or right? Oh no, Christy's girlfriend, Meryl. Marielle. That would make sense if they were infected with the thing and everything, and like it would make sense if one of them, if not both of them, were giving birth to the crazy kids, right? Like that would make sense, right? Especially when she goes back and it's still there, and she's like, I've been hearing screaming ever since then. And it's like when she walked through the thing and she saw herself, I was like, they never left. I thought, oh, maybe they're still stuck in this thing, and like what we're seeing is like their vision or some shit, and it's like no, she was just going to the past, so she saw herself in the past in there. So the Akui or whatever, like the fact that she heard her mom, is that the future?
No, they said that I was watching other videos online, and they said that was her mother and Victor when they were in the tunnels at the
remember that? Yeah, that's what that was. Yep.
So she was time traveling again because that was not at the same time. So somehow she's just bouncing around through time.
That actually was around the same time because remember at the beginning of season 2 they were in the tunnels and Boyd was in the well at the same time.
Oh, okay, all right. He's so weird for blindly following that kimono lady and the Polaroids. But we don't know where his head is at because again, he was like hearing stuff before they got to Fromville and everything, and we don't know. Again, like Sarah, we didn't see how Sarah got to be the killer, right? So we don't know how long these things have been talking to them before they're like, this is a good idea. I should kidnap this woman. Yeah. And even again, classic TV stuff. Hey, come here. Your man is down there. Don't worry about it. Just go through the door. I was like, I've seen this before. And then she's like, never mind. And then maybe I guess they didn't want to do it too hard, but like he wasn't really pulling her that hard. She was like, come on. She's like, oh, stop it.
Because and also too, I mean, Elgin is always the sweet guy, right? He's always the nice guy. And he is a bigger person, right? So and Fatima is Fatima is very small, like she's a small person. So even though they're acting, I think that actor was just very careful with her, right? Because also too, Elgin is not he doesn't think he's hurting her. He thinks he's helping everybody, right?
Yeah.
And so he's trying to do it. Yeah. So he's trying to do it in a decent way without trying to hurt her. But unfortunately, it looked terrible, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the scariest part of this whole episode was when he said, I'm trying to help you with the baby. She's like, I'm not pregnant. No, you are pregnant. The baby's just not yours. I was like,
yeah. When he said that, I was like, what?
Oh, I was like,
and then I thought of Rosemary's Baby. That's
yeah. So again, it would be awesome. It's next episode's Revelation. If like to Kim's point too, like the creatures come and they're like, we're here for the birth to take our child, and it's like what, like and to watch them not attack them, just sit there and wait for the baby to be born, like that would be awesome. If and like I'm like okay, and then like again they just carry the baby to what end? Like what is this, like what does this mean? You know, for the bigger thing.
Is she giving birth to the Hukui kids?
Oh, that could be. I didn't even get that whole backstory where it's like, oh, they were born in the dark and then they were killed. I'm like, what? So is that what the boy in white was? Was he one of the Paula was gutted from the inside out while she was sleeping? Anything can happen here. So like so we have options. Hey panel, I hear you in here trying to find things out. Good luck on your views and subscriptions. Well, thank you. We just like to make up stuff or just make fun of the show. Either way, it's still entertaining. Because it's a lot to do both. It's a lot to do both. But I'm just
wait a minute. Did you see what Perp Mind said? He said, or she said, I'm sorry, I don't know which. The baby could be the Komodo lady child.
Oh, she needs to make a child?
Could it be they're saying it could be the Komodo lady's child that Fatima is having. I'm thinking maybe it could be the rebirth of the kimono lady, maybe. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she's dead, right?
We assume such. So I mean, I like the idea that, well, maybe somehow she's equal to the boy in white. What? Back it up. Why is he still sitting in Maine in that ice cream shop? Like, where is he? Like, he just walked in that store and just stayed? Like, is it Cold Stone? Like, is he like, I didn't have flavors? Like, you get back to work. Like, you got things to do. Like, where are you? Also, we're on episode 8 of this damn season. All right.
Yes.
That bracelet has not come back. Tabitha, that song has not come up. Tabitha, like, I'm not gonna let this shit go. Like, they give us too many clues, and she's like, "Oh my god!" But I understand what Jim's head is at. Is that my wife is off, okay, and she is looking for meaning. Like, she is, and she's trying, and she's maybe grasping at stuff. But we've had concrete things that tie Henry and Jim and Tabitha and everybody together, and she refuses. Well, this is the writers refuse to acknowledge any of this stuff, and it doesn't make sense. The new cop is, again, I think Kenny's gonna give her the dick. I feel like he's like,
no. What I think about the cop is because of what Boyd did with Fatima, Donna's gonna tell the story, right, of what happened with Fatima and Tilly. Once that happens, the town is going to turn completely on Ellis and Boyd, right? Now, Fatima is not going to be found. I don't think. I think Elgin is going to act like nothing happened. He doesn't know anything. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't disappear, because then that's suspicious, right? So he's going to go back to town while she's locked in behind these doors. And I think that they're going to be like, Boyd is no longer sheriff, and they're going to have Acosta, which is the cop, become the new cop.
I like that.
Town,
I like that. And then Kenny's going to be like the deputy, and he's going to have to be the voice of reason. Or if they go by, again, there should be some seniority in this organization. Kenny is next up, because y'all newbies don't get to decide. Like, they like, Kenny, you need to be the lead, especially now in this episode that we reminded you used to be the deputy. Are you okay with this? And he's like, I got it. Right. So he can step in. So that's a good point.
I don't think Acosta is going to be the leader of anything. I think it's going to be either Kenny or Donna. That would be.
But I think she's going to be involved in it. I think she's going to be like one of them. Like, she may even be a deputy, but she's going to be involved.
Yeah, from a law enforcement. Yeah, she will. Yeah. So again, especially, you're right. So I feel, again, it's going to be Kenny. Donna's not. Donna, she has her own leadership role. So I feel like she's going to be like, hey, Kenny, you need to do this. And then now that she and Acosta, like Kenny and Acosta are bonding, then he'll be like, okay, well, you can help out. Especially if Kenny turns on, like, especially with his whole, Kenny's gonna be like, you let Sarah slide, and Sarah killed got my dad killed. But when it's Fatima, you're like, hey.
That's it.
Right?
That's
like,
it.
He's gonna
That's
be like, fuck all that. Fuck. I was like you're done. You're done with this. You're done. And like, so that's what's gonna be the thing. That's what's gonna be the thing. Yep. And I see him be like, okay, I'm sorry, but you gotta live out there. And then so maybe Fatima is having maybe. I hope, again, it'd be interesting to see what pops out of her, because her stomach is flat as the board. So I'm interested to see, like, does she just get big and then the thing just comes out? It's just gonna be like Game of Thrones with the demon baby or whatever. Because, like, her stomach actually got big at some point, and then she, like, gave birth to something. So it'd be kind of interesting. This is fate or destiny or God's will. Elgin has to save the child since he is that child. So he is that child. So it's already happened. What? Save the child since he is that child. Like, it's all, he's giving birth to himself. It's like he's facilitating his own birth.
Well, with all this time travel, it could be possible.
Then how does the baby get out of Fromville? Like, that doesn't. That's where the problem.
The same way Tabitha did.
The baby gets pushed through a thing. But boy in white is like, I need this baby to come back. The From place is feeding on the despair. That's why Fromville entity is poisoning Fatima with hate. And Tilly was also very positive an episode ago. So the entity killed her too. Tilly, to your point, Tilly's always been kind of happy, but I like the idea. If they're trying to be consistent with this whole Boyd needs to be broken, going after the only family he has left would do it.
Yep.
Right. So if with Ellis, and then if Ellis has to choose like Fatima over himself or over Boyd, like how does that work out? Does he get put into a situation where Boyd Ellis I will kill you if you try to take my wife, but I don't think Boyd will get there. Like Donna could get there, and then he may have to kill Donna. But I just feel like Abby's experience should come to somebody else's mind besides Donna. There had to be somebody else around then, you know what I'm saying, to be like Fatima's on that track, and someone had to do it, you know.
Speaking of Abby, right?
Yeah, I
was thinking that when Martin said, was Abby right all along, right? It was Abby before she, when she was going crazy in the town, right? But remember that there's time travel happening in this cave or whatever have you, right? So has Boyd, like the apparition of the fake Abby that, he stomps out the music box, is he talking about the stuff that Abby was saying as opposed to the real Abby?
I think he's talking about the apparition Abby. I think because the other one, his original Abby was saying this is all a dream, we're all asleep, and he didn't want to hear it, and then she started killing people to wake him up. So I'm pretty sure he's like, that's not really happening. So I think he's going with his own the vision of Abby. I think.
Like this all could have been solved if, when he got up from the well, if he just stomped out the music box in the beginning instead of waiting to the end of the season to come back and do it.
Well, hindsight and all that. Time to put Elgin in the box. Elgin is not hurt anybody. Fatima should go in the box. The way this thing works. Sad to say. She's the one that goes in there, and there is favoritism being shown. Not unless she is having seven children, I guess. Kidnapping and locking up her for her own good. You will thank me later. That seems to be a popular thing in movies and TV shows.
But I'm like, Boyd didn't even really want to put the guy from the first episode in the box. That guy was like, yeah, I've lost my whole family. Yeah, put me in the box.
But also it was the priest, though. I think it was the priest or Don who was like, there has to be consequences. You have to do this. But you're right, though. He also was like, accepted his fate. And that's sad because he was just drunk and that was an accident. Like Fatima, also her leave me alone. Like when she was talking to Elgin, I thought she was gonna stab Elgin because she does get into that like, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry type of thing. And as I said before, I thought she was gonna eat Tilly. I was a little bit upset that there was no licking of sorts. Just something. She drinks blood, Kim. I'm saying, like, it needs to be consistent. It needs to be consistent, and it was not consistent. And I'm saying, anyway, you are muted.
We're gonna see her drink Elgin's blood, right?
Okay. So it's willingly given. Like the whole fingering is too much. That's what you're saying. It's too much.
Yes.
So truly, again, when they're trying to hide Tilly's body, I swore they were gonna be like, let's drag it also to the cabin and leave it here until we can bury it. And she's like, well, since it's here, like, oh damn it. And then they come back and Ellis is like, oh, she really is crazy, Dad. She was looking on dead bodies. I was like, what? I was like, oh yeah, we gotta get rid of her.
I'm like, they
never mind, Giovanni. It was too much for him, apparently. Let's see. So the panel thinks Elgin out Boyd with the plan for Fatima.
So the what? A panel thinks Elgin and Boyd's with the plan. No, we don't think Elgin has nothing to do with Boyd.
No, I think outdid him okay. So Boyd said that sticker somewhere out of sight to keep her
temporarily,
safe.
Yeah.
Then Elgin said, "I gotta." I get it. Yes. So now, yes, he did the double whammy and was like, "Now I got her in the room." But like he's being led by the kimono woman,
Yeah.
who I think will just disappear. We'll never get any origin story on her the way the show works. Boyd, maybe there. Boyd, maybe there was new people in town last night who killed. Oh, Tilly. Come on, Boyd. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that didn't
Or
make any sense. Come on, man.
maybe people just showed up that we don't know about. Like what? Like people drive around. It's a thing. Like
Yeah, exactly.
just blame.
But that they went along with it was ridiculous. I was like, nobody thinks this is ridiculous but me. Like, what?
What? Just this is not a regular town. People don't just show up. Like that's not how any of this works. But I was like, I don't know. It was again. He's too experienced to come up with such a stupid story, and they had time to do something, and this is the best he could come up with. I was disappointed. I was disappointed in that. Let's see. I think. I think the panel is right. Boyd will be gone, and the town will vote and Acosta to strengthen things out. Strengthen things out in the town. Again, she's too new. We agree. It's gonna be Kenny. It's gonna be Kenny. Anything less than that just doesn't make any kind of sense because
she's gonna be right beside Kenny.
Mom just got killed. He was all alone. Like people gonna are kind of feel for him. They're kind of looking for him. And I think especially when he says we're not going to reopen the cafe. Like, what is his purpose? Like, everybody has a purpose to an extent. So it's like I think that would be his purpose for that. That would be consistent. Didn't put Sarah in the box and doesn't want to put Fatima in the box. I feel, and again, but I feel like Kenny's gonna feel some type of way about it. So like he would be more apt to be like, "Here you go, Jamani. There you go. I don't know what happened. Jamani, you good?"
Yeah.
All right. That was based on the story from Victor in the basement. The kids were born in the dark. Thank you. And Elgin is locking up her in the dark.
That's it. That's why she's gonna. Yep. And
so it's all. There you go. Yep. So the baby has to be killed. Then it's a sacrifice, right? And when that's a story.
Yeah. So the 7 were killed as a sacrifice, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So the baby. So again, this kind of goes back to what the thing, whatever, told Sarah: kill the kid, and you get to go home.
That's it.
And it's like, oh, okay, well, then we'll just make this baby, and then you get to go home. Like maybe this is how Elgin alone gets up out of here. Maybe this is how Fatima for some reason gets up out of here.
Fatima is not going to let them kill her baby, and neither is Elgin.
But it's not her baby.
But she still it came out of me. She may have some irrational.
It's like Rosemary's Baby. She was like, "You can't kill my baby," right? Like she didn't want them to do anything to her baby, even though it wasn't her baby. It was the devil's baby.
So that's why it's called Revelation. It's gonna be some kind of devil thing going on. It's gonna be like, hey, like the anti town member or some crazy shit. I don't know. Colony House people don't play by town rules. The box is a town thing. I hear. Well, then again, so Colony House may be like, we got to put her down. Like we ain't doing this whole box thing. But you can't just go around killing like new members, I guess. But again, the idea that people are looking for any of the new members, they haven't established that they're so important that if Tilly doesn't show up in the next 3 hours, oh my God, where's Tilly? Or if the Elgin doesn't show up, nobody knows who the fuck Elgin is for real. Like the only person he's friends with is Julie, and she's up Randall's butt right now. So I mean, that again, we still have not got Marielle explaining to Christy why she allowed Randall, a very unstable, violent man, to just stay in their place. This still has not become a conversation, and that doesn't make sense. What happened to the medical herbs or whatever he was supposed to go get last episode in the first place, which is why they were out there? What happened to that? Like, just I don't know. And I'm so okay. We all I think we agree that if the symbol equals crazy and soon be murder, why is Jay not a person of interest? Because he's the only one that keeps on seeing these symbols, and he's obsessed with the symbols.
But I think you're going on the premise that Christopher is the one who went crazy because he was the one dealing with the symbol. But if it didn't actually go crazy, then the symbol doesn't necessarily drive people crazy.
Or as a symbol of not necessarily it drives people, but it's a symbol. But you're right though, because up until now it was like, oh, the doll was talking. Christopher was talking to the doll. No, he was talking to the boy in white. So if mom just went into the tree and never came back, which again I don't think he actually told Henry this. Maybe she's back in Maine. Maybe she actually.
There's so much that doesn't make sense because it was Victor would say the first time I saw the boy in white was after the massacre. That's not true anymore.
So now, well, maybe it was a repressed memory because up until the point that he was able to go back and really have a thought of it, he didn't remember. So maybe in his reconstructed mind, the first time he saw the boy in white was after the massacre. But now the big revelation is he saw him before the massacre, and he's like, oh my God, and maybe that's why mom left. So that maybe explains why mom is not around. But what about the sister?
But wait, but didn't Victor say that he found his mother's body by the tree?
Yeah.
So she's dead. Miranda is dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the sister's unaccounted for.
Right. Yeah. Now Eloise is nobody talks about her. Not even the father Henry. He never ever talks about Eloise.
Or mama.
Miranda or Victor. No, he talks about Miranda because he told Tabitha all about Miranda, and then he even he talks to to Donna and stuff. He never brings up that he had a daughter. He's just.
Well, I think after he sees how messed up Victor is, he's like, man, I don't want to meet the daughter if he's that messed up.
But you would still talk about where's my daughter.
You would still talk about having a daughter, and you would want to see where your wife finally ended up. If I would be like, where is she? Like, can I at least see did you make a grave, Victor? Were you like something? But like to the point that there's no closure to that. And
right.
Again, I don't remember Victor telling Henry that story. Victor told Ethan he first saw the boy in white was a few weeks ago before the two cars, the first two cars. I thought they were like relatively friends or something. Sometimes it feels like even the show creators is confused, but I don't know. I feel like every time they're talking to us through the character, especially Jane, he's like, this is so confusing. Yeah, you trying to figure it out? I don't know. I think I do. And then something else messes up. Like, I feel like they're telling us we're just in a maze of just questions, and like we're just gonna have to work through this thing until you find out that they're all dead. It's purgatory. And you're like, damn it. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, Miranda is dead, but now Victor explains it. Sounds like Christopher was the chosen one to go through the tree, but now it's Miranda. So maybe she died because she wasn't the one to go through the tree. I don't. Oh, God.
No, I think she got attacked by the monsters before she could get to the tree. She was trying to get there to save the kids, right? She was trying to do what Tabitha did, but she didn't make it before she was ripped apart by the monsters. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, and Victor also said Eloise was good at hiding, so I'm thinking that that's a clue where Ellis is now. So again, we said once we saw those statues and everything that if they bothered to go back and explore that maybe the sister is out there, and that we're gonna get then maybe she was introduced again before Henry gets killed, because I'm hoping he don't make it to season 4. So I'm assuming like sister comes in, my dad gets killed, and now Victor. Sad, crazy Victor's that with crazy sister, and then we see how this dynamic works out. But it would be
hiding basically, right? Is that what they're saying? She's hiding somewhere in Fromland. Yeah, and honestly, Fromland seems to have gotten a lot bigger since season 1, if you ask me. So she could be anywhere in Fromland. So I'm thinking maybe by episode 10, I'm hoping that they might show where Eloise is hiding in some other part, because I honestly, and maybe I'm wrong. I never saw water on From until this season. Like the water that's running where the vegetables are. I've never seen water.
I remember the light tower in season 1, and I assumed the water was going to be there. Like,
we,
I mean,
we
that's what it was.
assumed it, but we've never seen it.
I remember that there was a lake, and that was like from episode 2.
That was a puddle or something in front of Colony House because they went.
Yeah, that wasn't a lake. What we're seeing now is a lake with the
like running water,
running water, and we've never seen that till this season. So yes, I'm saying it's changing. It's changing. That's all I'm saying.
Well, again, and then we haven't got back to Victor's, like revelation that it is changing. The trees are moving. They're not as far as they used to be. Like he's saying this stuff, and we're not seeing anybody else. Well, I guess he was the only one that would notice because he's been there for so long. But what's the ramifications of that? Like maybe the far away tree is no longer there. Like maybe it moves somewhere else or something, and like and that sort of thing. I feel like at this point we won't see the boy in white until the season finale. I feel like he'll pop up in some kind of like he'll be there when the baby's born, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe Fatima is giving birth to the boy in white, and now he can take human form. I was making up shit. I don't know. It's okay. We'll do all this again next year. Don't worry about it. There are 2 lakes on Victor's map. Wow, you really paying attention for some reason.
Really?
All right.
Well, let's just say they never showed it to us until this season.
Yeah. So again, but again, Victor has almost mapped out the entire place, and again, no one is really giving Victor the opportunity to say, "Lead us," and show the was. But again, he's very mentally fragile, as we've seen in this episode. So I just thought Henry would be a better dad and be doing more to try to and like showing Jim that you spend time with your children, that you like, and make sure they're okay instead of running off doing whatever he thinks he's trying to achieve here.
I'm like Henry hasn't been a father in like 40 years. I think he's putting the training wheels back on. He's getting acclimated to it very slowly.
Okay, 2 things. How did Tally know? How did Randall know what happened to Tally? Like he was sitting in the bed, like someone off camera, I guess, must have told him because he was.
Yeah, because it seemed like everybody in the town knows or whatever. I'm like, Chrissy and Marielle have left, so obviously, I guess somebody told them, and then they left.
It's a lot. Like there's text messaging going on or something. I'm just like, how all y'all knowing this stuff? It's like they just gotta speed it up. It's like, okay, so I was like, how did you know that? Like you didn't even leave the hospital, clinic, or whatever.
What gets me is that the place where that they were being held is just like right off the road. Like Ethan can just walk right back to the road and just yell, and people are just
hey guys, I need assistance. And they're like, Ethan can do whatever's necessary when necessary. All right, I like the boy has special powers. Like his leg is healed. He's running around through the woods by himself. No one's picked him off. I'm like he'll be the last person. He is the new Victor. I say it, he'll be the new Victor. Somehow the whole town gets wiped out and it's just him, and he's gonna think he's on a big quest until everybody else shows up. And
do you think that
they were about to kill Sarah until he started calling out to them? They was ready to go to her house.
Yeah, that's true. Well, what's up, Kim?
Do you think that Christopher really did massacre the town, or did something else happen that Victor is not clear on?
Something else happened. It doesn't. Dare I say, it's not realistic that one person is going to wipe out an entire town. They're just going to let it happen. Like that doesn't make sense. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like something else and then what happened to the dogs? Remember those dogs or the wolves or some shit? Like what happened to that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, Victor's mind is kind of messed up. So I felt like he woke up and it just happened, right? Like he didn't see it happen. It was like everybody was just dead, and he was like, well, maybe Christopher did it. So I feel like maybe something like that happened. But I don't think he sat there and just watched it, with
but he was like, there's nothing from Christopher here. And I'm like, so he's concluding, well, I basically grave robbed all these people once I came out of the cellar and everybody was dead, but there was nothing from Christopher for me to take, so he must have did
it. maybe he finally went through the faraway tree, and now he's back in Maine, just living he wrote a book.
Because Victor didn't say he buried Christopher, like his bones or anything. He didn't say that, right? So
I did not see that. Victor, aka Kimono Woman, destroyed the whole town. we talked about that. He's the only one telling the story. He's the only one around to say this is what happened. And we watch Interview with the Vampire. And sometimes you gotta realize he who tells the story may not be telling the story.
I think the boy in white is the one. Because remember when Victor came out the hole, he saw a dog, the German Shepherd, and he saw the boy in white who was on that little merry-go-round.
Yeah.
And I think it has something to do with the boy in white. I don't think the boy in white is actually good. I think he's bad. I think something is bad about him, or maybe something corrupted him or something.
I don't know. How did Boyd know? Who told? Telly. So that's a good question. I'm thinking Ellis went to go get him. That makes more. I mean, Dad, I gotta go tell someone. So it makes sense that off camera he went to go get his dad. It was like, hey, daddy, could you come help me with this? And then he just sitting up there like letting Daddy take care of do all this stuff.
All right, so real quick, right?
All right.
The boy in white not being good or whatever he is, right? He tells Boyd, yeah, go in the tree, and he ends up in the well. And this is the same time that Julie is in the cave and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And then Sarah goes in there and she ends up in the church basement. And then that's where Victor is at right now while he's telling this whole story. I'm like, is there some sort of coincidence with these two places happening at the same time?
Let's not do this, bro. I don't know. I don't know the writers put that much effort into this. I feel like they're leaving breadcrumbs so they can come back to it 3 seasons from now and act like they had this all planned out. I don't know. I feel like there's just a dartboard. They're like, boom, let's do bus song monster. Let's see what happens with that. I mean, I don't think there's a grand plan. I don't know. That's a good question because it does seem like they're all kind of somewhat connected. But even the visions, why is Boyd no longer seeing the priest? Why is Jade not seeing the bartender anymore? Why were they seeing them in the first place? Like it's like, and then again the priest was like, no, I'm an entity. Like I'm not just your memory of this guy. Like I'm something else. And like that hasn't got explained. I don't know. So I'm confused now because according to Henry, Miranda was the chosen one and saw all the chosen ones before her, and Victor just said that Christopher was the chosen one. Wasn't Miranda? Look again. Let's not do this, man. I don't know. I don't know. Again,
I told you that there was time travel involved in regards to that bracelet. I said that last season.
So but we haven't even brought up the bracelet. So it don't mean shit. The bracelet don't mean shit. The song don't mean shit. I was like, Tabitha's get on my nerves. It's like, damn it. I
think those things do mean something. They're just not telling us yet. But I think they do mean something.
I hope
it's trying to tie Henry, Jim, Miranda, and Tabitha together.
Then to what end? I mean, like right now, again, you see, like you said, you see Henry and trying to mentor Jim, right, and it's like, and for the betterment of Tabitha, because I don't want what happened to my wife. So I can, but again, you would think that the song, he was like, hey, we both love the same song. Like there's a connection here. Even if Tabitha, for some reason, not opening her mouth about this, Henry would be saying some of this stuff to Jim, like, because this is what I did with your wife. That sounds weird. This is what I did with your wife when I met her in Maine. Like, oh, like that kind of thing, like something. So it would mean something. It would mean something. It's only been about 2.5 weeks since Matthew arrived. Matthew's arrival. Okay. Boyd is Martin and the entity. This is a military experiment. You know what? That kind of was it? Not Terror Lake Drive.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you guys notice this one thing that I noticed, and then I watched someone else recap? Right. Okay. I'm sorry, my grandson is crying. If you hear him. So Boyd last season had gray hair. He had gray in the front, right? He was looking like he should look, right? As an aging person. Now, all of a sudden, his front of his head is just black. And the gray is disappearing. So Boyd is actually changing in front of our eyes. Yes.
Or somebody on that bus, or somebody on that bus has some Just for Men.
Options. Again,
I think they're doing this on purpose. I'm telling you, something is happening with Boyd.
All right. like he's boy's fountain of youth is worms. So we actually thought that was it. Hey, you know what? This series could do anything. This great pines something pines.
Wayward Pines.
Wayward Pines.
Wayward Pines. That's all I said. When this thing first started, that's what I thought. When Jim was like, it's all a big experiment, right? And I was like, this is like Wayward Pines, like it's all one big thing, and the monsters and everything. And they explained that, and that's what I was thinking. This could be like Wayward Pines, but that show actually made some kind of sense. And I was
not the second season though.
Huh?
Second season did not make a lot of sense, but first season was very good.
First season was compelling. Second season made sense, but they explained like it was an origin story, but it just got convoluted, and like when they were like you should have stuck with season 1, but like season 2 was like, oh okay, because this is how you started it, and like the monsters were actually people, and I was like, anyway, they did more of an effort to explain what's happening than this show, and I was like, I give the show credit for that. I wasn't trying to confuse the panel. My apologies. Hypothesizing that it is possible that either Henry lied about Miranda being the chosen one, or Victor was lying about, or again, especially with Victor, like he's damaged. He's damaged, and we got to keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? So we're listening to a damaged man that was a child that experienced a lot of trauma, a lot of loss, and he's trying his best to make sense of it. And that's where the pictures came through. Remember when we started going through the photos? You're like, oh, let's look at the picture because this tells the story. And they just said, fuck all that. Now it's paintings. Right? Now it's his mom's paintings, and that's supposed to explain everything. And did they even talk about that?
Victor has an unreliable narrative.
Is he okay? Is he okay? So did Tabitha?
I think through his pictures, right? His pictures make sense, right? Okay. But him trying to voice what happened is off because he's gone through a lot of trauma, right? I mean, how old was he? Like 7, maybe, when he came out of the cellar, and how does a 7-year-old grow up all by themselves, right? Even though people started coming to the town. Do we know when new people came to? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a lot. This man is like supposed to be 50 now, right? So it's like, what happened to this child? How did he survive? Like the town kept him alive for a reason, Yeah. And so his narrative is so unreliable. But I do like that Tabitha was able to kind of calm him down and talk to him, because I feel like she is the chosen one. I think that she's the closest to Miranda that you can get, and she's able to help him tell the story. And I think she will continue to do that because I believe it's Victor's story. And at the end of it, we may find out Victor did it. We may find that out, right? That Victor was the one who killed everybody, right? I mean,
but again, just one person go for person.
Well, a child did it.
Yeah.
Well, again, so you don't know what kind of supernatural stuff could happen, and that maybe he was the catalyst for it, and they were like, okay, we're gonna get rid of all this, and then we're gonna start all over again, and Victor has to witness it, like he has to be there to kind of witness all this stuff come around. But even the monsters now, they spend a lot of time with Boyd now, but but how did they talk with the kid? How they talk to like the Victor be like, hey man, we've been doing this for a while, let's do this again, like something like that. They're like, there's a history, there's a known history between him and the monsters, to be like, we've done this before, but and you know how this ends. But anyway, over an hour. It's time to go now. All right, Giovanni. Any final words?
I think that this is like a pinnacle of the show. I think that we're going to be on a high note for the rest of the season. I'm very interested to see what happens with Fatima and Elgin. Just in closing out, I am from Brownsville, Brooklyn. So let's go Iron Mike this coming weekend. And Penguin and Yellowstone tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Giovanni. We will see you
next
week.
Comment, subscribe, and thumbs up.
All that stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Giovanni. And to Giovanni's point, we will be doing both of those shows. Next weekend, we will be reviewing the Penguin as a mini series as it is. We're going to talk about that as a whole. That will be next weekend, and we're also going to do the latest episode of Yellowstone season 5, episode 9. We're going to do that next weekend, similar to how we do HBO shows because they show it on TV and we have to wait for it to get on streaming or whatever. So that's how we're going to do Yellowstone for our Yellowstone fans out there. Thank you, Giovanni. We will see you in the Texas. Whoop. All right, Kim. Please say goodbye.
Okay. Thank you, chat. We truly appreciate you joining the conversation. We need you to hit that like we need you to hit the like button, please. That helps support us. Also, we're trying to get to 500 views per video. So if you share the video with anyone and everyone, we'll be able to reach that goal. We're also trying to reach 2,500 subscribers by December 15th. So if you share the video, that will help us out and it'll help us reach that goal. So again, please like the video, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming. We'll see you next weekend, and we've got a full weekend next week. So yay. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. Whoop. Ashley said bye. Well, bye to you too. Thank you very much. We do hope to see you next week. We should do book reviews. That's interesting you bring that up. We did do one, did we? We talked about the book about that Tubi movie, and then I listened to the book. It was better than the movie. We did one. But Alex Cross is actually starting, Kim. That's this week, so we got that coming, which I hope is week to week, because I'm really looking. I love James Patterson as a writer, and I think this is going to be the most realistic or live action representation of Alex Cross. So I look forward to that. Anyway, like on the video and comment on the video, share the video. As the team says, have a great week. What we got in the count. I hope it's good too. It's gonna be solid. They already got a season 2 for the record. So good or not, we got another season. We got Amazon's already committed to this show. But the cast looks awesome. It has to be better than the Tyler Perry version. And even dare I say Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman was just too old to be Alex Cross. But just real. So anyway, I look forward to that too. So hey, we'll see you on the ranch. I look forward to see how they get rid of Kevin Costner. And how they move forward with Rip and Beth. I'm very interested in seeing that. But anyway, Anyway, see y'all. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching people in the chat.
I enjoy the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You'll be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You want to go there?
Oh, shit. Stacey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just going to end this broadcast and say bye.